increases cancer rates just by buying new electronics. According to Brett Robinson's article, E-Waste, an assessment of global production and environmental impacts, published in 2009, it reported that we produce 20 to 50 million tons of e-waste and will continue to do so as Eastern Europe, Australia, and China become e-waste producers. As a consumer, we're always super excited about the new products that Apple brings to the table, yet what we don't know is how it's affecting us and the environment. That we are purposely being tricked into buying products that are meant to last for a short period of time. So by seeing how dangerous throwing electronics is, you guys understand that's a serious problem and how to prevent it. So first I'll talk about the problems of e-waste and what it's causing to us in the environment, and finally how we can prevent the buildup of e-waste. As development of new technologies on the rise, we're more prone to go and buy the new technology and try it out. And we're so quick to dump our old electronics so that we can glue our eyes onto our screen of our new one. And what we don't know is that we're buying cheap. While we have cheap products, we are when we buy the new ones, they're actually lasting us for even a shorter period of time. And according to Gartner.com, it's reported that an average buyer will spend $2.7 trillion by the end of 2016. And to get rid of these massive piles of electronics that we accumulate, we end up making landfills in third world countries. And what we don't know is that it's actually illegal to do this according to the Basel Convention, but countries still find policies and loopholes, and they still dump these electronics into other countries. And sometimes before they dump the electronics into the landfills, they burn these electronics, and what happens is the mixture between the plastics and metals end up creating chemicals that we're not supposed to be breathing in. So now that you know about the problems of e-waste, I'll now talk about some of the things that it's causing. The exposure of e-waste and the burning of e-waste causes health problems, and especially for people who live close to these e-wastes. In Crimding Sung's and Jinhyo Lee's 2014 article, A Systematic Review of the Human Body Burden of E-Waste Exposure to China, it is reported that children have a more detrimental effect to e-waste exposure because they end up having hormonal changes that will carry on with them through their adolescent lives. And the adults also end up being exposed to these because they're making our products, and then they end up breathing in the chemicals. And what happens when we burn and make these electronics, we end up putting cancer-causing chemicals into the air, such as dioxin, which is the most harmful man-made chemical. And it's also causing environmental effects. To make the products that we use, we're using up resources in other countries to the point of extinction. According to the story of Stealth Project in 2007, Annie Leonard reported that 1/3 of our world's resources have already been used up, and this will continue to increase. And we're also polluting the air through the exposure of these chemicals, and this ends up polluting our air and causing climate changes, and we end up polluting the drinking waters in these third world countries that those people end up drinking. So now that you know about the causes of the things that e-waste causes, I'll now talk about some solutions. So one way to prevent or slow down the buildup of e-waste is by recycling. Many schools are already starting recycling programs which they give to companies so they can reuse those electronics instead of just throwing it into another country. And this is actually much more safer and less devastating to our environment. Another thing we can also think about is creating a recycling bin where we can give these electronics to people in third world countries, and so that we can give back to these countries that we've been throwing our e-waste in. In conclusion, I hope you have a better understanding of what e-wastes are and how they're a problem, but we can still, and through the understanding of e-waste, I hope you understand that even though the issue is serious, it's still manageable. So first I talked about the problems with e-waste, what e-waste is causing, and some solutions to the problem. The next time you throw away an electronic, ask yourself, is it worth affecting the environment or getting cancer?